All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for 9 minutes with me, IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports, and you can also download and subscribe to my podcast. That, of course, is called the ML Sports Platter, all over the major platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, as well as Stitcher, Deezer, the Podbean app, YouTube, and Tumblr. Super Bowl 54, of course, is coming up this Sunday from Miami. Should be a really good game. I think this has potential here to be one of the great games, one of the great Super Bowls we have ever seen. That's right. I think this could be that epic. And oh, by the way, the video today brought to you by Empower Federal Credit Union and Bryant and Stratton College. I just love the storylines. I love the Andy Reid thing. Is it his time? I love Jimmy Garoppolo and the understudy with Tom Brady. I like Kyle Shanahan arriving on the scene. I like the AFL trademark franchise of Kansas City. The last time they were here was 50 years ago, and they won it with Len Dawson, Hank Stram Company of Super Bowl IV. I love the storyline of Lamar Hunt, who used to own the team, who was a part of the Foolish Club, of course, with the likes of Ralph Wilson, Sonny Werblin, and Al Davis, to go head-to-head with the NFL, challenge them, and, of course, the merger with Super Bowl III happening and Joe Namath beating the Colts, and then the year after, of course, the aforementioned Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I love the fact that the Hunt family is back in the big game as an original AFL ownership group, of course, from the Dallas Texan days, and Lamar Hunt really had the vision, really had the tremendous, league sharing, the revenue sharing, and all that, and the TV ideas. And of course, the name Super Bowl comes from Lamar Hunt because he saw his son playing with a Super Ball and said, let's call it the Super Bowl. You got to love the 49ers in this game as well, a trademark franchise in the NFL. They've got an opportunity to tie the Steelers and the Patriots for the most Super Bowl wins of all time with 6. They have 5 currently. And, of course, win one outside of the Joe Montana era and the Steve Young year in 1994 when they absolutely bombed the San Diego Chargers, and the Jerry Rice time, the Bill Walsh era, George Seifert, all that sort of thing. They have a chance to start something new as a franchise here in more recent times. But really, the number one reason why I can't wait for this Super Bowl is because of number 15 in the red jersey. This guy, Patrick Mahomes, is an absolute maniac at the quarterback position. I mean maniac in a really, really good way. And I've caught a lot of heat on Twitter. I've caught a lot of heat on Facebook and some podcasts. Some people have not liked my opinion about the Buffalo Bills not taking him. And I realized a few years ago it was a different game. I realized that not a different game in terms of football, but a different game in terms of the regime and all that. But I don't care what the regime is. I don't care who your head coach is, who your GM is. I don't care who your owner is. If you still need a franchise quarterback, you do not trade down from a position when you can get offense and you can get QBs in an offense and QB league. I don't care who is in the places to make those moves. I don't care what regime it is. You do not pass up a quarterback. I understand Patrick Mahomes. There were doubts out there. Could the guy have accuracy problems? Absolutely. He played in kind of a gimmick offense in college and all the rest. But it was also a few years ago when you realized that gimmick offenses were a thing and that there were more college guys in the NFL. And now look at what's happening. We have pistols. We have this. We have that. We have double tight end sets. We have Lamar Jackson. We have Kyle Shanahan. We have Sean McVay. We have gimmicky stuff. We have college coaches up for NFL jobs. Look at what Matt Rule did. He just went to Carolina and broke the bank. He's now a head football coach in the National Football League. So the college game has been entering really its way into the NFL for a number of years now. And Patrick Mahomes was certainly a part of that. Look at Kyler Murray and, of course, Cliff Kingsbury now in Arizona. That's all gimmick in Arizona in terms of the offensive game. I think the Bills were idiots for not taking Patrick Mahomes, of course. And you can do whatever you want. You can say they should have this, they should have that. Certainly, there's a lot of players that are bypassed multiple times. Look at Tom Brady in the 6th round. He's still living with the chip on his shoulder. But I know one thing is a fact. 3 years ago, the NFL wasn't any different than it was now in terms of needing a franchise quarterback. And it's an offensive league. All the rules are tailored towards offensive players. And no matter who it is, you got to keep striking. Look, the Bills under other regimes, they struck at J.P. Losman. They went for Trent Edwards. They went for a bunch of players in the draft, and the least they could have done was at least taken a stab at Patty Mahomes. They completely blew it. And, of course, Patrick Mahomes, we knew about 8 games in that this guy could be a bona fide Hall of Famer. Year 2, 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and an MVP. And now, in year 3, he has arrived in the Super Bowl. He's unbelievable throwing on the run. He can throw it short. He can throw it long. He's a tremendous leader. And this guy in this game is, for me, the number one storyline and the number one reason to watch. He is Steph Curry at quarterback. He is that exciting. And I think this is an opportunity here for Patrick Mahomes. And I know we get caught up in the modern era. I know we get caught up in the moment. We're a prisoner of the moment. I know we get caught up in the here and now in terms of what quarterbacks can do. And I know that we get caught up in cliches and hyperbole. But I really truly believe that this is an arrival moment for Patrick Mahomes. Is this like Dan Marino? You bet your ass it is. Because remember, Dan Marino made the big game in his first year and he never got back. He kept losing to the Bills in the conference championship games. Injuries maybe got in the way here and there. Better teams got in the way. Defenses, front office people not spending enough money to help them in terms of the defensive side of the ball when they had Clayton and Duper and Sammy Smith and company. I used to watch Dan. I loved Dan Marino watching him play. I also rooted against him when they played the Bills. But he was one of the greats of all time, and he never got back. There's people out there like, the Colin Cowards of the world and John Middlecoffs of the world and multiple people just pegging Patrick Mahomes for instantaneous greatness in terms of how many times he shows up in the Super Bowl. I don't want to go down that lane. I would like to enjoy Sunday and just watch Patrick Mahomes for how unbelievable he is. What an unbelievable talent. How many Super Bowls will he make? I don't know. But Tom Brady making 9 Super Bowls and winning 6 has become absolutely ridiculous. We'll never see that again. Patty Mahomes could make multiple Super Bowls. Andy Reid could get back with some multiple Super Bowl appearances. But look, the narrative is about this year. You're here and now in the Super Bowl. And oh, by the way, you have a really, great opportunity to win. You never know when that's going to happen. You have a wonderful opportunity to win for the AFL at this moment, for the NFL at this moment, through the years, Lamar Hunt, Clark Hunt, Hank Stram. This goes back. This is a historical deal, one of the best fan bases in the NFL, Arrowhead Stadium and all the rest. This is a Patrick Mahomes type of team. This is a Patrick Mahomes type of Super Bowl. He's going up against the best defense against the run and the pass in the NFL in terms of San Francisco. And I love this game first and foremost because of Patty Mahomes. I think he has an opportunity, again, to take the bull by the horns in the NFL. And if he wins this Super Bowl and he plays well in this Super Bowl and perhaps gets the Super Bowl MVP and goes down in history with all the other Super Bowl quarterbacks in terms of winning the MVP, I think Patrick Mahomes becomes the instant face of the league. Now, I know Tom Brady's still around. I know that there's a lot of other pretty good defensive players, but they don't play a sexy position like quarterback. I know there's Derrick Henry kind of lurking around. There's some other guys at wide receiver and all that. Well, I'm here to tell you, the quarterback position is the number one position in all of sports, and certainly in the NFL. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you're never going to win a Super Bowl unless you get lucky, like the 2000 Ravens. You get that single-season defense and the like, and a couple other situations like Brad Johnson, where you had just unbelievable A to Z stuff, where you just had to be good enough. I think Patrick Mahomes, if he wins this Super Bowl, you add that to his already incredible early career resume. 3 years in the league, 5,000 yards, 50 touchdown season. Are you kidding me? And winning an MVP and then following up that act by winning the Super Bowl and helping Andy Reid probably cement his place into the Hall of Fame as well, with multiple years still to go to get back for another Lombardi trophy or more. So I think Kansas City, I just think it's their time. Now, look, you could flip a coin. I don't know who's going to win this game. I think it could go either way. The line is, 1.5 right now if I'm a betting man, and that is in favor of Kansas City. I don't touch this game. I would be freaked out trying to bet this baby. But I'm going to pick Kansas City in this game. I like Patty Mahomes to make enough plays. Again, this defense is really good, but I think if KC gets down, I don't think they're going to panic because they've been panicking. They've been down, I should say, and there's been no panic the entire way. Now, I realize that the 49ers defense is better than the Texans, and I realize it is better than the Titans. It is a superior defense compared to the other two teams that they played in the AFC, but they have Patrick Mahomes, and I feel like he can get out of any hole possible. He can strike and hit touchdowns. He can build a lead from 7 to 17. He can be down 10 and all of a sudden be up 7. He's that kind of a player. He's the most exciting player in the NFL, and I think right now he's the best quarterback in the NFL as well. I think it's him at 1, and 1A is Russell Wilson. I'm going to take Kansas City 26-23 with the number one storyline being Patrick Mahomes. This video here, 9 Minutes with Me, brought to you by Hides of Liverpool, Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare, Bryant and Stratton College, and our great friend over at Rosie's Corner, Jason Bronner and Jody doing a phenomenal job. The official pizza shop of the ML Sports Platter is Rosie's Corner. Get over there. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. I'm Mike Lindsley. Enjoy the games.